What I wanted to talk about was the footprints in the sand poem. So, I'm into motivational speaks. So, I was going to do a video where the talk about the football, the footprints in the sand, and recently, there's some people who've been carrying me at work. Um, I got tied up on some other projects, and you can see right there, there's the footprints in the sand. And I was going to do a video, and then I went to Wikipedia, and I thought, oh, find out what the content was. And there's a picture of it right there. And it was kind of interesting what the history was. So what I did is I copied this and put it into a document. Um, it seems to be the authorship of the poem was disputed with a number of people claiming to have written it in 2008. So from what I read, let's see here, the first the first talks about a little bit about the Bible and things, but um, and early document here. So the earliest, and it says here, the earliest documented history. So the earliest known form dated publication of any variant of the poem are from 1978 with three different descriptions of the person and also the setting. The first appeared in July 1978 in a small town paper. It was very concise, six-sentence version featuring an elderly man and a rocky road. There is no attribution for the piece, and this version does not seem to have appeared in any other publications. So here's the verse. An elderly man who had lived his life and left his world to go and meet his Maker asked the Lord a question. As I look down on the paths I've trod, I've seen two sets of footprints on the easy paths. But down the rocky roads I see only one set of footprints. Tell me, Lord, why did you let me go down all those hard paths alone? The Lord smiled and simply replied, Oh, my son, you've got this all wrong. I carried you over those paths. So sometimes at work, a couple weeks ago, I had one of those situations where I had a machine we couldn't figure out, and it looked like I was going to have to take a hit on it. And I had two coworkers that stuck with it while I was working on some other projects, and they pulled me out of the sand there per se. Uh, so that would be Kyle and Abdul, so they know who they are. Here's another thing I saw. The second and most complete early appearance was in September 1978 issue of Ever Angel, a semi-monthly Church of God publishing. This version was similar to the Cardi version, but this is credit to the author unknown, submitted by Billy Walker. A third version was appeared in October 1978. Da da da. Um, so here's the thing. A young woman was going through hard times and began to pray to God for help. Suddenly, in her mind's eye, she saw two sets of footprints, side by side on a sandy path. Immediately, her spirits lifted because she interpreted this to mean that God was with her and was walking beside her. Then the picture changed. She now saw the footprints located in the vast desert wilderness, and aside of the two prints, there was only one. Why was God no longer beside her? As despair settled back over her, she began to cry, and the inner voice, God, softly spoke and said, I have not left you. The one set of footprints is mine. You see, I am carrying you through the wilderness. Um, so apparently there was some lawsuits and things um, about who was the original um, piece this was. It looks like there was some more stuff from the Pilgrims, and there, like I said right here, there was different um, lawsuits against it. So that's very interesting. So again, this is from Wikipedia. So that's all I have for this. Ask the Lord a question. As I am looking down on the paths I've trod, I see a set of 2 footprints on the easy paths. But down the road, I see only one set of footprints. Tell me, Lord, why did you let me go all those hard paths alone? The Lord smiled and simply replied, "Oh, my son, you've got all that wrong. I carried you over all those paths." So, and then here's a version from I think it's 1978. A young woman who was going through hard times began to pray to God for help. Suddenly, in her mind's eye, she saw 2 sets of footprints, side by side on a sandy path. Immediately, her spirits lifted because she interpreted this to mean that God was with her, and she was walking beside herself. When the picture changed, she saw the footprints located in the vast desert wilderness, and instead of 2 sets of footprints, there was just one. Why was God no longer beside her as despair settled back over her? She began to cry, and the inner voice of God spoke and said, "I have not left you. The 1 set of footprints is mine. You carry. I see I am carrying you through the wilderness."